Welcome back to another episode of the Body and Mind Strong podcast. My name is Renee, your host and integrative fitness coach, coming to you live once again from my tiny trailer. We are rolling along in our episode 32 today. Today's topic, how to increase weight loss success with the power of your mind. For those who are new to this podcast and to Body and Mind Strong, I am a strong believer in the body and mind connection, thus the name of this podcast. And I've seen how the mind can aid in or hinder one's success. I have done past episodes on the power of the mind, but for today's episode, I want to discuss a research study I found which shows a level of positive correlation between one's mindset and their success or struggles with their weight management and fat loss. The article is titled The Impact of Self-Criticism and Self-Reassurance on Weight-Related Affect and Well-Being in the Participants of a Commercial Weight Management Program, and is found in the source OBS Facts. And I think it's OBS Facts. OBS Facts? OBS Facts. And if I understand the author information section correctly, the authors of this article are from the UK and Portugal areas. I'll leave the link to the article in the show notes. Now, with all research studies, keep an objective mind as you read them and take what is said with a grain of salt. Maybe not that small, maybe a grain of rice. Anyways, as I was reading this one, I did notice some areas that needed improvement. I also noticed that some of what they were finding was running in sync with what we all have known for some time, and the power of our minds on our feelings and behaviors. A side note, I work with a great deal of my therapy clients on perception and how it can impact our communication with others. As I discuss this article, keep in mind it's coming from my perspective of how I interpret the information. If you are interested in this topic, I definitely encourage you to read the study yourself and see how you interpret it. Now, the basis of the study is they wanted to find out the impact of psychological and emotional factors on attempts at weight management, thus looking at self-criticism and self-reassurance and one's well-being. In general, the results showed a positive correlation between self-criticism and struggles with weight management and between self-reassurance and weight management success. Here are just a few quotes I pulled from the article. First, the article states, evidence now suggests that sustained weight loss requires behavioral strategies of self-regulation, action planning, developing self-efficacy, autonomy, and motivation. Now, this is something I believe a lot of people are already realizing, so it's not something new. I mean, this is the reason I started Body and Mind Strong, and I know I'm not the only one. Next, they did mention the impact of stigma that overweight individuals deal with and how that does impact their behaviors with food. They stated, there's evidence that internalization of stigma is associated with overeating. In my time of working with others, I know there are struggles for those who are overweight who want to start going to the gym to get healthier, but worry about how they are being perceived by the, quote, more fit, unquote, people there. Now, this topic alone can be an episode in itself. These final two statements from the study demonstrate some of the findings. First one, developing a self-reassuring and accepting attitude towards one's imperfection and flaws, i.e. physical appearance, may buffer against the pervasive negative effects of shame, unfavorable social comparisons, and body image dissatisfaction. And the second quote, looking first at the correlations, results showed that self-criticism and self-reassurance were indeed negatively correlated, but the correlation was not significantly high to suggest a bipolar construct. This basically suggests that just because you think negatively doesn't automatically mean you're going to struggle, or if you are positive that you automatically will succeed. But there is some degree of truth to this. The authors did recognize that this was the first study which clearly demonstrated the impact of the mindset in weight management, and they even stated aspects that could be better for the next study. This is really important to keep in mind when you read any research study. However, with this in mind, the fact that the outcome was in line with what we have already known about the power of the mind, I think says something. Now, I know I've kept this short once again, but I hope it gave you enough information to spark some motivation or interest in challenging your mindset if you're finding yourself more of a negative thinker. If you are, I leave you with this assignment. I'd like you to start keeping a log of daily positive statements about yourself. Whether it's about how you feel, how you look, or something good that you did, I want you to write down at least one a day. Wherever you keep this log, that's completely up to you. Alrighty then, if you have any questions for me, health and fitness topics you would like to request, or just interested in working with me on your health and fitness journey to be a healthier, happier, stronger you, please feel free to contact me at Renee@bodyandmindstrong.com. I hope you found this information to be useful, and if so, please click the subscribe button. I would very much appreciate it, or at least tell someone else about the podcast. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Stay tuned for more episodes on helping you create a healthier, happier, stronger life for yourself. And make sure you're doing at least one thing today that's going to get you one step closer to one of your goals. Oh, and don't let your mind get in the way of what you can achieve. Have a great day.